Hello and welcome to your Bangla City SATV News. This is Nahin Tahir with our headlines. Primary school across the country resume in-person classes today with strict COVID-19 protocols in place. NEC meeting approved Dhaka 2,07,550 crore for revised ADP. Prime Minister reaffirmed pledges to ensure improved life for all. Oil prices surged past $110 per barrel. Investors worried about impact of aggressive sanction against Russia for invading Ukraine. Primary school across the country resume in-person classes today with strict COVID-19 protocols in place. In-person classes at all secondary, higher secondary and university level educational institutions resumed on February 22nd. Education Minister Dr. Deepu Moni said the regular educational activities at the secondary level will start soon as the COVID-19 situation has improved significantly. The minister made the announcement after inaugurating orientation activities of the new academic year of Class 11 at Dhaka College today morning. She expressed hope that the teachers and students will try their best in this regard. The National Economic Council today approved Dhaka 2,07,550 crore revised annual development program for the current fiscal year, downsizing the original ADP size of Dhaka 2,25,324 crore. The approval came at a meeting of the NEC presided over the NEC chairperson and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. She joined it virtually from her official residence, Gana Bhavan. Other NEC members, including ministers and secretaries, attended the meeting from the NEC conference room at the Shere Bangla Nagar and the Cabinet Division's conference room at the Bangladesh Secretariat. Planning Division Secretary Pradeep Rajan Chakraborty said the NEC endorsed the RADP, cutting down the original ADAP size by 17,000 Dhaka 774 crore. Asian stocks came under renewed pressure today and the price of oil surged past $110 per barrel as investors worried about the impact of aggressive sanctions against Russia for invading Ukraine. European bourses were set for a weak open after Tuesday's troubling, with Euro Stoxx 50 further down 0.13% and German DAX further 0.17% lower in early deals. Japan's Nikkei fell 1.68%. Global sanctions against Russia have prompted a string of major companies to announce suspension to or exit from their businesses in the country. Meanwhile, in the currency market, the dollar rose 1.88% against the ruble to 107.01 after touching a record high of 101.7 a day earlier. At least 50 people, including police, were injured in a clash between BNP activists and police in Savar today. The clashes erupted after a rally organized by Dhaka District BNP in Savar in the morning, demanding release of BNP chairperson Begum Khaleda Zia and rising commodity prices. Police said senior leaders and activists, including Senior Joint Secretary General of the party, Ruhul Kabir Rizvi, and BNP's National Committee member, Nipun Roy Chaudhary, gathered at Savar's Bank Colony area in the morning to join the party program. Police bounded them to the Pakiza highway in the Dhaka-Aricha highway that triggered the clash. The collision caused severe traffic jam on the Dhaka-Aricha highway. The newly appointed Director General of the Border Guard Bangladesh took over charge on Monday. Major General Shakil Ahmed took over the charge from outgoing BGB DG Major General Shafinul Islam. Earlier, the government appointed Major General Shakil Ahmed as DG of the BGB on February 18. Before his new appointment, he was serving as the Adjutant General of Bangladesh Army. Earlier, Major General Shakil Ahmed served as the Director General of Department of Immigration and Passports. In his long 33 years of illustrious career, he served as General Officer commanding of 19 Infantry Division. Bangladeshis who live in Ukraine but are currently stuck here due to Russian invasion of the country staged a human chain in front of the National Press Club today, demanding end of the war. Several Ukrainian nationals also took part in the demo. They gathered with posters that read, "No to war, peace in Ukraine." Gulshan Islam Shaheen, one of the protesters, said his family members are now in a dangerous situation in Ukraine. They are really worried. They want peace. Viewers, we are taking a short break. Stay with your Bangla City SATV News. Welcome back, and you are watching your Bangla City SATV News. Russian forces landed in Ukraine's second biggest city on Wednesday and triggered immediate clashes in the street of the Kharkiv, the military said, following Moscow's relentless air assault across the ex-Soviet state. The airborne operation came as US President Joe Biden branded Vladimir Putin a dictator, warning the sanction campaign to cripple Russia's economy would escalate and its oligarchs were being targeted. Dalia Nilofer has the detail.
Tonight's surveillance video of the missile strike at a government building.
The cultural heart of Ukraine's second largest city, Kharkiv, was struck by missiles and rockets. In the city's landmark Freedom Square, an opera house, concert hall and government offices were bombed, causing a huge fireball that blew out the windows of nearby buildings. Officials said at least 20 people died during Tuesday's attack on the northwestern city of Kharkiv. The UN Human Rights Office said at least 136 Ukrainian civilians have been killed.
Even airstrike hitting the city's main radio.
Meanwhile, Ukrainian TV channels reported it dropped off air after Russia struck Kyiv main TV tower as Moscow attacked civilian areas. US President Joe Biden said Tuesday in his first State of the Union address that the free world has band together in response to the crisis in Ukraine, with EU members and other allies holding Russia President Vladimir Putin accountable. President Biden, meanwhile, closes American airspace to Russia aircraft, says Russia's Putin will pay a high price over the long run. Besides, President Joe Biden held another phone conversation with Ukraine's President Zelensky, discussing Washington's economic and security support as well as humanitarian aid to Kyiv. On the flip side, as boycotts and bans continued to be announced over Russia's invasion of Ukraine, numerous diplomats walked out on Tuesday when Russian Foreign Minister Lavrov addressed the UN Human Rights Council. However, Russian media TASS reports that the second round of Russia-Ukraine talks is planned for Wednesday. The first round of talks on Monday lasted about 5 hours but did not produce any tangible results. Dalia Nilofer, SATV News Desk.
New Zealand anti-vaccination demonstrators set alight their own protest camp outside Parliament today after riot police moved to end their week-long occupation of the legislative precinct. Ending a previous light touch approach, hundreds of officers used perspex, shields and pepper spray to force back protesters who responded by pelting them with chairs, bottles and paint bombs. When it became apparent the police were winning the battle for control of the makeshift tent city that sprang up on Parliament's lawn 3 weeks ago, the demonstrators torched it themselves. Police deployed an air-splitting sonic cannon to help disperse the crowd and made dozens of arrests in an operation that began just before dawn. The United States returned a total of 9 traffic antiquities to Jordan during an official ceremony in the Amana on Tuesday. The artifacts were illegally smuggled from Jordan and obtained by an antiquities collector in the U.S. before being recovered by the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Among the returned items include Neolithic stone animal figurine, a stone altar, tombstone, a human figurine, and a bronze pitcher. During the ceremony, Jordan's Minister of Tourism and Antiquities stressed the deep U.S.-Jordanian relation, mainly in combating trafficking of cultural property. Over in Chile, firefighters have been battling with blazes in Valparaiso on Monday, going into Tuesday with the region now on red alert over raging wildfires. Local officials say strong winds in the area are fueling the movement of the fires, which are consuming hundreds of hectares of lands. The geographical location of the fire is also concerning, as they could threaten electrical substation, roads and many towns in the area. Helicopters and airplanes have been working alongside 18 brigades to extinguish the wildfire before they reach some of the more populated areas. In recent weeks, firefighters across the country have been struggling to manage wildfires amid an intense heat wave. Before ending, we go through Bangla City SATV News headlines again. Primary school across the country resumed in-person classes today with strict COVID-19 protocols in place. NEC meeting approved Dhaka 2,07,550 crore for revised ADP. Prime Minister reaffirmed pledges to ensure improved life for all. Oil price surge past $110 per barrel. Investor worried about impact of aggressive sanction against Russia for invading Ukraine. You're up to date with Bangla City SATV News headlines, and to know the latest in SATV News, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with us.